Welcome back everyone. Today we're in the Giants editor and I'm Jewel, and as you can see we're on the Jewel's Peaceful Valley map and we're going to work on the Sawmill area, and I'm trying to decide what I really want to do here. I hadn't really done any work on the ground or anything, so I'm trying to look and decide, and I'm assuming I like this spot for the sawmill. I don't know, let me think about it. There's going to be some trees back here a little bit. I think we're going to have some over that way a little bit. We could put some around this water area here as well. So I'm thinking this would be alright for a spot. We're kind of central. See, we're kind of in the center. That way everything can kind of drive to it. We're a little bit over this side to the left a little bit, but so let's go ahead in and see what we got to do. What buildings do we have here? Now these are the ones where the trigger is going to end up at, in front of here, which I don't mind that. We don't have to put it there obviously, but I'm okay with that, putting that one there. And then right here is going to be where the wood chips area is going to end up. So, and we could rearrange that if we wanted to shift around a little bit. But these are my two main ones I'm going to be focusing on in this building here. Some of the other stuff is just houses, so that might be something I put more closer to the water, so we'll be able to pull these apart. There's a house there, and then there's this building in the front right there. It's got some stuff. It's got some lumber. So let's go ahead and try to get started and decide where in the world to put all this. Now what I'm thinking is, and we'll get rid of some of that, well, that's built into that one though, unfortunately. I wish they hadn't built this piece in. I don't know if it'll break down. I don't think it breaks down out of that one. Let me see. Some of them do, some of them don't. Let's see what we got here. No, it don't look like it does. Let's see. Okay, good, it does. So we have that wall there that I'm not real happy about. They have theirs. Let me show you. I'll show you. Go to the main game map at the sawmill and they have their wall right there. They just made it like it's holding back the ground or whatever. And in my case, I'm not going to necessarily want that there. So, let's go back. And it shouldn't be a problem. Let me see. I mean, the wall's not so much a problem, it's just, I don't know that I want to put my ground like that, so I'm trying to decide how I want that and what I want it to, where I want it to shape, you know. Let's see. The only thing is I don't want to delete it per se. Let's see. Because I don't want to run into any issues with the numbers. Let's see. Probably, I'm thinking I could move it off of there. Either that or I would have to incorporate it somehow in a different way. I didn't particularly like the way they had that set up. Let's see. We could cover it with the ground as well if it sinks low enough and you don't even have to have it exposed. First let me see what it looks like with my stuff near the ground more. See where it lands. Okay, so it's definitely not gonna go lower than the level of the house. Let's see what we got here. Or the building, whatever you want to call it. Let's see here. Bring this back up where it belongs. Looks like they got it where you can just lower it down to wherever. Let me see where they put theirs. Let's see. But they keep it all the way. Or did they hide it? Whoa, that's pretty steep. But they built a little hill up to it. Huh. Let me see. Yeah, they buried some of it. So I'm gonna make it lower than that. I don't like that. I mean, I don't mind it being that high. I just don't really want it on a hill per se. We'll see. I should have made some more off-screen decisions. I'm not sure how I really want this to set up. I don't really care for that other part. I do. Let's see. We'll put it to there and see. Okay, but and then they can make a. We can build the ground up here, or we could lower it and make the ground come on down. But then we have this to deal with. Like I say. Let me think. We might just pull this over like so. Let me see how far we are. Trying to get it in a certain spot. Now I'm gonna move those. This is gonna move too, so let me move it. Let me find which one it is. Should be the office. Let's see. There we go. We're gonna twist this around. Let's see. Where's that sign at in the front? There we go. That's what I'm looking for. I want you to be able to see that in the front when you come in. Like say you're coming along and you see this sign like that. And let's bring it down so I can see. Pull it forward, pull it over. Okay, this ain't gonna be here, so we're gonna move this out of the way. Over there. Alright. So when you're driving along, I want you to be able to see that sign at 2. It'll have a regular sign as well somewhere. I don't even see it. But it's in here somewhere. And I want you to be able to see it so when you're coming in. So we could leave that part and actually turn it. Oh, let me undo that. I was still on the other one. Let's go back to the office and turn this a little bit so that when you're coming from this direction, that's what you see. You see this sign too, like that. So we'll have a regular sign, and then we'll have that sign, and then we'll scoot on in here to go get to where we want to go. But I don't particularly like this little front part either. I don't know why they made it like that. I think it would have looked better just the building without all this nonsense. Just doesn't look right to me. Let me see what we have here. Alright, let's see what it breaks down into. Okay, so that breaks down too. I'm thinking it shouldn't be a problem to move it, because I'm not going to change the number, I'm just going to move it. So we don't have to delete it, but we going to move it. Oh, I didn't know they didn't have the building finished. It's filthy. Look at that. We ain't going to be able to do that. I ain't going to do that. Okay. Undo. Undo. Okay. We ain't gonna do that. That's dirty. Okay. Well, we're just gonna leave it and work with it. We're gonna lower it down. Oh, undo again. I didn't realize I wasn't on the thing. We're gonna situate it. We're gonna lower it some more. I gotta get up where I can see. I can't see. Okay, there's the post. Let's get to the post level and see what that looks like. Bring it on down. Gotta get the wood to where it touches. And what is that? Let me go look closer. Concrete. Okay, so that's tilted. That's weird. I guess that's what they decided to do. There's a placemat. There we go. Of course our ground ain't level, so we can't go by that. Alright, so we're pretty close. I could pull this side down and then level that side down more. Let's do that. Pull this side till it touches about here. Then we'll level the ground at this level here. Then we'll go and we can change, all this will level up. When that levels up, we can worry about this lower part. See, it's close to the ground, so we can lift that easy. Alright, so let's do that. Come over here, get by this mat right here. Let me see how close we got it. Pretty close. We can lower it more if we need to. Hit sculpt mode, and then we're going to put it on replace. And it's on there, and we're going to hit square. And these are all up, so that's fine. We're going to roll down on our scroll wheel. We're going to put this right here, and we're going to hit Control R as in Richard. And we're going to click about right here. And now we're going to be able to lift it up to that point. Okay. And the rest of it will go down. Like so. Now we're going to back out of this so we can see better. And put it back. Get it lifted up to the level. We ain't going to go all the way out from it. We don't have to get it all perfectly square or flat. We'll deal with the back in just a minute. We're going to try to get the front right now. Bring it over here. Pull this up like so. And then we'll come over here, pull this side up. We'll adjust everything accordingly. Some of this will go down, some of it will go up. And now we can go see what we got. Now that looks okay. So now we're coming in and we'll see it from the distance like so. And then we can adjust this hill here and all that the way we need, or we can just bury that thing all together if we hate it. Honestly, we could just bury it. Let me just bury it and see. We can make a hill right there if we don't like it, and completely get rid of it. Honestly, I'm gonna pull this forward just a hair like that. Get that down some. Now we got some room to work. We're going to come around the back side since we like driving room right there. Just a little bit. We're still going to make some slopes. So now we're going to come around the back. We'll worry about this in a minute. Which honestly, this little piece ain't so bad. We could put flowers or whatever. I just didn't like the way the other part was. Alrighty, so now we got the back to deal with. We got to get this uncovered, so to speak. But first, let's finish this side up. We'll build you up a little bit higher here. There we go. Alright, and hopefully the middle is all done. Let me go on top of the house a minute and get the middle. Make sure that all that's leveled up. And now we can make our stair situation work. Alright, we got some limb boards over here. Wonder where they were supposed to go. Alright, let's get over here. And we're going to make that go further over just a bit, because we want to be able to drive right here. Right there, we're going to be driving. And then we're going to come back this way. So now we're going to lower that. We're going to put it on subtract. And we're going to lower this down a little bit. We don't want it to be that crazy. We want it to go slower. Let's roll this up. Alright, let's get this uncovered a little bit. See what we got going on here. We don't have to go that low, to be quite honest. If we don't want to go all the way down, we don't have to be honest. I'm trying to decide how far do I really want to go. Let me see something. Undo that. Let me see something. No, I don't want to do that. Let's put it on replace and go back up. Let's see. That one looks like it's different. What's going on with that? I guess it's level. Doesn't look like. Let me hit Control R again. It's not wanting to register that or something. And then move this. There we go. I don't know. I guess it's level. Let me look at that real quick a minute and see. So we still have our steps, but we don't have them showing very much. So we need to at least have some sort of step off. We technically don't have to make a hill. We could actually add a pair of steps here if we want to pretend they step down on that side as well. We don't have to make a hill where they gotta go walking down. So we're gonna pick an area. Let me see. Subtract. We're gonna pick a spot here. We're just gonna look at it and see how many steps we decide. I don't want it a super steep step, so I'm just gonna pick a spot there, and then we're gonna hit Control. We're gonna put this on replace and hit Control R somewhere down there if we can, and see what we get. Alright, bring that out a little bit. Okay, we can bring this over a hair, bring this out. We can run it to the end of this porch area. Alright, let's just go in a little closer. Alright, so we got the steps there. Trying to decide if I want to pull it around the house in any way. Not particularly. Let me see. I might put this back to see if I can get this leveled out behind there. Right there. Okay, and then we'll smooth that step down real quick. See if we can knock it down. Nope, it lifted it up instead. Let's see if we can slope it. That's okay, I don't mind that. And then I might take away that one step. Now let me look at it. Okay, so there's a slope. We could make a trail going that way. We'll lower this a little bit, obviously. Let me see. We could make it stop at this step. So let's do that for now. Put it on replace. Come on down to about there. Hit Control R and then get this covered up. Get that leveled out. It's not wanting to go down. I hate to go too far. Come on, get down. So it's crooked? So the building's crooked, huh? Huh. That's what that means. Okay, so we'll use the subtract just to get that last little bit. Alright, that's good. We'll do one more. And then we'll hit one smooth. Knock a couple of smooths on there. Now let me back up and look and see, because we got this pole going further down, which I don't think looks great. Let me go down more. See that pole not having an end point kind of don't look right. That's where we're going to run into a problem. It doesn't look right going into the ground like that. So we may have to go on down to at least this pole. I'm gonna go on down at least to the pole. I mean, I don't want it to, I want the pole to look right. So we're gonna go lower, I guess. Let me see. Alright, let me go lower. Let me see, let me click over here and get a little lower. And go back. Now let's go on the replace and see. Okay, there we go. Now, if we can get down there to that, I think that'll be better. To the end of that pole for the post. That'll look better. And we'll just go and bring this all the way out. Like they have to go out this way. Okay. There we go. Bring all this down. That'll be good. I like that. We'll go ahead and bring this part down to a little bit, but we're going to leave it a little bit. We might just slope it. This part's not wanting to go down for some reason. It just looks like it's not level. There we go. Got to go on the back of it. There we go. Okay, so that part will be okay. That'll be okay. I got the post in there. I'm happy with that. Okay, so this is the side we were going to put. We'll put a little area here. So we're going to hit Control R here and bring this back just a hair, because they're going to walk out right here. And we can actually bring it up to there, right like this. And we won't go all the way. We'll just go to this spot right here. Okay. Go in there. Like so. And it's taking longer. I need to lift it back up. It's just taking too long. There we go. Just lift it up here. We're going to slope that in a second. See, that one's still going down. The level's different. There we go. Alright, so we're still lifting a little bit. You just got to give it a second. Alright, so we're getting there. We're going to slope this. Okay. We're going to slope this. So, put it on smooth. Yep, just like so. That's good. Slope it nicely. There we go. That's fine. Now we got to figure this side out. Are we going to be driving that close, or we're going to slope it a bunch? Let's go on and go back to here and get a Control R on here. Put it on replace. We're going to bring this on out here. We'll probably bring it this way just a hair. Alright, like so. And then we're going to slope it. Slope this. Try not to get too close to the steps. It's going to be a little difficult, but there we go. There we go. Slope that. Slope this. Slope all this. Alrighty. So now we'll worry about that in a second over there. Alright, so let's see what we got. Say we're coming in. We probably gonna have this up higher is what I'm saying. So we're gonna come in. We gotta lift this up a little bit. Well, we don't have to, but we'll see. It's hard to see like that. Okay. We might lift that part up a hair. But either way, we're going to have the road running that way. It's going to run right back and then turn. And then they have this area going down here. That one we can subtract a hair to get that off of there. Just go ahead and put it on subtract. But we'll have to lower these down. Down to the bottom. and then put this on and roll this down and tap this on out. Whoop, that's alright, we went a little far. Excuse me. We can just hit Control R and lift that back up. Like so. There we go. Bring this back up. There we go. Well, they doing it again to me. Alright, get yourself off of the step. Alright, we're going to have to make it go down because it's not behaved. Alrighty. That's okay. I want to do that for a reason. So now I can get to that one. Okay. Alright, so now we're going to pick it right at this level. And hope we land on the right step. Yeah, there we go. That's what I was trying to do. Alright. Now we're going to bring this back up. Let's see if that worked. Yep. That's fine. Right there. That's what I want, that bottom one where the thing is. So, now, I'm going to back off a little bit. I'm going to bring this and we're going to knock all this down right here. Knock all that down. Okay. Just like that. Okay, now we'll do smooth. And go from there. Alright. Let's see how that looks. Fine. Okay. So now we'll have a path. We're going to have paint going on that, so it won't matter. Now this isn't going to stay up so high. It's going to slope and come down. So then, but we're going to bring it over. I think we'll bring it over further with this level. Let's go ahead and click on this, click replace. Alright, bring it further over. Yes, there's stuff hiding under there. We'll move it, don't worry. So we're going to get this up higher, just a little bit. Okay, because we're going to slope some of it, so don't worry about that. Alrighty. Okay, so when we come in, I'm going to see it from the road. I'll have to bring it on out to the road but we're going to come in. We're going to see that. We're going to have a thing. And I guess we'll turn in about right here and start going this way. We'll have an option to go that way. We'll come this way. And the road's going to be further over, obviously. And there'll be some sort of fencing or whatever. And then we'll probably come this way and turn behind here for our other part. And then I'm not sure how many buildings I'm going to put on that side or what I'm going to do there. But we're going to smooth this one after I bring it closer to the road. So let's move it to the road. It's going to have to probably call this one an episode. It's a little long, going to get a little too long. So we're going to bring this on over. And we'll slope it in just a second to make it go where we want it to. Alright, there we go. So now when we come in, roughly speaking, the road's going to change, obviously. This is all going to change a little bit. But we'll basically be able to come in. Let's see how far that goes. There we go. It's almost the same as the road, which is good. Okay. So we're going to come in. We'll have an option to go to the front of this place. And this is going to be the back where we're going to do the trigger stuff. Then we're going to come this way. It's probably going to be a road here, so we got to build this up. Or slope it. We could lower it down to a new level. It's probably what I'm going to do is lower this part down as a gradual little slope area here. Let me see. So we're driving in. Once we get back a little bit, we're going to start coming down a hill. This can slope on down like so. Okay, so this is going to be a slope. We may have to knock it even lower, but I'm going to knock this hill down a little bit, or smooth it. There we go. Knock it on down there for a little bit. We'll get all that stuff out from under there, don't worry. Alright, I want to see how far we went down. Okay, so we're going to come in. We're going to be driving, then see we're going to have a slope. And then we can slope it on down. And I'm probably going to knock some of this hill down more, so that we come on back here lower. So let me see what level I want. I'm going to try right here. Put it on replace and hit it about right there. Control R. I'm going to get this to come up a little. And we're going to go ahead and knock it down. Essentially, we're going to drive in and slope down this hill, and it's going to hopefully get down pretty low over here. So, yeah, like so. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. So once that hill we go down, drops us on down, we're going to come on around, and we'll have an area for that other place, for the triggers. There we go. Knock all that down, get it kind of square. Right there. I'm going to go a little further this way. Okay, so we're going to connect the two right here for the slope. Alright. So let me go in and see how that looks. Okay, there we go. That's good. I want this up higher. Okay, so we'll smooth that, but we got to make sure we got a good transition here for the road. So we got to smooth that down some. Got all this stuff in my way here. Alright, we're going to do this, then we're probably going to call this part an episode because I don't want to make this video too long. And on the next episode, we'll continue to work on this area. Just so you'll have to watch it in parts because I don't want it to get too long. Okay, get this on down. Alright, now I think that's pretty good for the most part. It's obviously not going to be final, but we're going to be driving down a little bit, and then we're going to hit this level, and we'll be able to see up at the place up there. Then this part we're going to smooth out. Gonna knock off this edge, knock this down. I'm going to be careful when I knock it down up there. I'll just be real gentle with it. Alright. And then it's going to be like it's running down this hill to get, and you'll see down the hill to the place you're going to be looking at for the milling, or for the, you know, the work that we do with the triggers. So go ahead and gently knock this down. Alright, so that part's mostly done. So we're going to go ahead and call that an episode just for now on this part, because I don't want to make the video too long. I'm trying to keep them in at least 30 minutes or so. But we'll continue on the next episode, finishing moving things around. We're going to move this building and everything. And then once we get through it all, the situating, we'll go ahead and add in the XML. But I hope you enjoyed. I'm going to catch you on the next one. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, turn on your notification bell if you want to receive a notification every time I post a video. Goodbye, everybody.